Hey guys, today I've got another warlock build for you, this time on the prismatic subclass. Before we jump into the build, don't forget to like, comment, and consider subscribing. This build was centered around two important pieces, with the first being the lightning surge aspect. Activating your powered melee ability while sliding makes you explode with arc energy, jolting everything around you and giving you stacks of bolt charge for enemies hit. The second important piece here will be the arcane needle melee ability, which will give us 3 charges of lightning surge, but don't forget to use some of these on their own, applying unraveling and generating darkness energy for transcendence. We'll be taking the vortex grenade. This will play into Facet of Dominance, letting us apply weaken debuff to enemies hit by both the vortex grenade and the prismatic grenade. Our second aspect will be Feed the Void. This will give us Devour on any ability final blow, and kills while Devour is active give you health and grenade energy, letting us have great survivability at all times and having a high uptime on our weakening Vortex Grenade. On to Fragments. The first one we're taking will be Facet of Dawn to give us Radiant on powered melee hit, which is a solid weapon damage buff as well as giving our weapons anti-barrier capabilities. The second aspect will be Facet of Courage. Your light abilities deal increased damage to targets afflicted with darkness debuffs. We will be using this in conjunction with both Arcane Needle and Lightning Surge by throwing a needle at an enemy to unravel them and following up with a buffed Lightning Surge attack. Next, we'll take Facet of Sacrifice. Pretty self-explanatory here. While you have an Arc, Solar, or Void buffs, final blows grant bonus Darkness Transcendence energy. And like I mentioned earlier, we will be taking Facet of Dominance to give our Vortex Grenade and Prismatic Grenade the ability to weaken enemies on hit. Finally, the last fragment for the build will be Facet of Protection to give us an additional damage resistance while surrounded. This will be essential for our melee focused build, and the effect is even stronger while transcendent. For my super, I'm taking Song of Flame. It's great for solo and group play, but really I just want to be Roy Mustang, snapping and igniting everything. Stat wise, we want to invest mainly into the melee stat. At 200 melee, you can get a 65% damage buff, so just try to push it as high as possible. You can use font mods to help fill the gap too if you can't get it up very high. The rest of the stats are up to you. Grenade stat isn't super important since we've got Devour up at all times, and if I could, I'd get my super stat up even further to have more uptime on the Song of Flame super. And for our exotic armor piece, we've got 2 very important options. My personal pick will be the exotic warlock class item Solipsism, specifically with Spirit of Syntheseps to buff our melee damage even further while surrounded. You only really need Spirit of Syntheseps to beef up the build, but here I'm using a role that also has Spirit of Inmost Light, which gives improved ability regeneration. Another exotic pick that would work great here is Fellwinter's Helm. Powered melee hits weaken targets, final blows create a burst of energy that weakens nearby targets, and finishers create an even bigger and longer lasting weakening burst. This exotic is more effective when you're playing with teammates, so definitely give this one a try. For our armor mods on the helmet, I'm going to put 2 hands-on for bonus super energy on melee kills, as well as a harmonic siphon to get orbs from rapid solar weapon kills. On the gauntlets, I've got 2 melee fonts, each giving me plus 20 to my grenade stat, while I have an armor charge, and then I have momentum transfer on to get extra melee energy on grenade ability damage. The chest piece mods are your resist mods, so swap these based on the activity that you're running. And on our boots, I've got 2 invigoration mods to reduce melee cooldown on orb pickup, as well as an absolution to reduce all ability cooldowns on orb pickup. And lastly, for the class item, I have 2 outreach mods to reduce melee cooldown when using your class ability, and then Reaper to get an orb of power on any weapon final blow after using my class ability. Weapon selection is completely up to you. I am really struggling to take Mint Retrograde off. It is such a powerful weapon, and it seems like we might even be getting a new Strand exotic Rocket Pulse in the upcoming Ash and Iron update, so maybe we'll get a good replacement for Mint. For the energy slot, I've been using Devil's Ruin a lot. This weapon's rework has been amazing, and I highly recommend you give it a shot if you haven't yet. A very simple but effective feedback loop. Kill an enemy to generate a fire sprite, pick up the fire sprite to overcharge the weapon. Overcharging the weapon lets you shoot a laser that scorches and ignites all enemies around you. And then just rinse and repeat as many times as you can for unlimited solar ignitions. For my heavy slot, again I'm still using Outrageous Fortune. I've been trying to get a fun roll on the new sword from the heavy metal event, but no luck just yet. And that's pretty much it for the build. The main loop here consists of throwing an arcane needle to give an enemy a darkness debuff, slide in, cast in lightning surge, Throw grenades as often as you can and just slay out with unlimited arc explosions and weakening void grenades. I'll go ahead and let the gameplay continue in the background. If you like this kind of content, drop a like and consider subscribing. And if you tried this build out, drop a comment and let me know how it worked for you. Thank you for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one.